We're in the West Country, sun shines out. We're in the naval base in Devonport, HMS Drake specifically, which is the accommodation centre for our sailors, Royal Marines, off the ships. This particular building that's behind me is 60 beds. It's got a multifunction room for 60 men for presentations. We've got what I call a Coronation Street room, so they can sit and watch television or go on their laptops next door. We've done a good reception. It's got interview spaces, it's got conference room, it's got 6 family rooms, so the guys or girls can bring their families down. I've been really impressed. I've got no construction background, so Interserve consulting and engineering and construction, of course, and the PFI team here have all been really helpful. They've given me all their expertise, advice, whether it's around the table or offline. And quite frankly, I wouldn't have been able to do this without all of those people giving me the bits and pieces that they have.
This is the day when we're thanking everyone who's been involved in the Parker VC, which is the accommodation part of this big project. And we've still got to do the Endeavour part, which is the rehabilitation complex, which is 500 yards away from where we are today.
I'm really struck how sympathetically it blends in. It was quite hard to visualise 6 months ago when I think we were last here. And it's so much bigger, more spacious. It doesn't feel overcrowded. It's lovely. I mean, it really has a wow factor. I'm blown away. I really am. I think it's a huge achievement. I think Interserve have done a magnificent job. It couldn't have gone better.
Well, we've actually been working with Interserve since 2008 or 9, I think, when we started work on the Help for Heroes Rehabilitation Complex at Headley Court. And in the very early days, they got it, and then they've obviously, Interserve has also been a charity we've been one of their charities of the year. So there are individuals here who have put on the lycra and sweated across northern France and so on. So I think it's been a proper partnership, and we're extremely grateful for what Interserve have done for us.
I think hopefully it will make them feel valued, and I think especially for the families who will come here, there's recognition that the people of this country care a lot for those who've made a huge sacrifice, and I think it is testament to how the British public feel about our servicemen and women if they get badly hurt. So I think it's a fantastic place to come, and I think it will do far more than we ever realised actually.
Also, we're in the Devonport dockyard. We're at the front of the accommodation block for Help for Heroes, the rehabilitation centre for the injured servicemen that we've just completed. It's a 4-storey building. The ground floor are some single rooms and some 6 family rooms. The other floors, we've got first, second and third floor that house the general accommodation single rooms. You've got a laundry dispatch area. Each level has got its own social room. It's got its own laundry room, all fitted out with washing machines, tumble dryers. Got this standalone main reception, which is behind me here. Quite some nice finishing touches inside. Outside we've got the courtyard. There's going to be a bronze statue that's been organised for the Help for Heroes.
Originally it was capital architecture with the concept architects that worked with Help for Heroes to develop the design, which they took up to stage E. From then on we were employed as a design and build contractor. We employed capital architecture to develop the design with us to take it through to completion. It developed throughout effectively. We tried to keep as much of it as flexible as possible to cater for all the different disabilities that we may encounter, taking best practice from other schemes that were occurring around the country and trying to develop those and bring those into the design.
It's a steel frame building, concrete slabs up through. As you've seen outside, a huge amount of brick has been involved. You've then got a metal roof to obviously keep us in the dry. The roof structure is what we call a crinkly tin metal roof, and then that's insulated inside on the roof slab. We have what they call CTM sheeting, which is counter-terrorism sheeting, which goes around the perimeter of the build, and also in the roof space you have blast-proof hatches. So from the roadside, you have all the counter-terrorism measures.
Interserve Defence have been involved with this project primarily from the start, when Help for Heroes expressed an interest in providing a facility for personnel within the southwest. And at that stage, we drew together all elements of the business, which is consulting, construction and support services, in coming up with a concept of how we could provide facilities for the injured personnel on behalf of Help for Heroes in the Southwest. It was probably about 3 years ago now that Bryn and Parry actually came to the Southwest with a view to seeing whether there was any need for a facility to serve the troops that were primarily based in the Southwest. And from there we came up with some original sketch plans with Interserve construction, and the project really took off from there to deliver what we see today. It's been a really good opportunity for all elements of the business to work very closely together into what is a very worthy cause. So, as I said previously, that you've had Interserve Defence looking at how the building will be maintained and managed and operated, Interserve Construction in terms of the design and build of the facility, and Interserve Developments in terms of how the project on completion would be rolled into the existing Armada PFI here at HMS Drake. The role of support services has been quite instrumental, not just in terms of how the building will operate, but it has been influential in terms of the design. Ultimately, we know how these facilities should operate in terms of the cabin facilities, the welfare facilities, and we've been able to impart that with our colleagues in construction and developments, so it's embodied in the design of this facility.